What up, what up, what up? This is your boy, Mike, the philosopher. And I got some special guests here with me, the one and only Black Male. Also, Kamar Aristo. And the topic for today, you know what? I'm gonna hand it off to my man Black and let him explain what's on your mind, Black. What is your question for today?
I got a question for today. Just a
Okay.
general question.
All right.
How did our culture and our people and our bloodline get in the condition that we are to where we're the lowest on the totem pole when it comes to economics, when it comes to power, real power that move things in this world? How do we get in this condition? I'm talking about how far, like from the inception to now. How do we get here?
Run that ski. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Well, this black man rankings, and you know how I get down. All my rankings is based off the truth.
Facts.
And if you go off the truth, it'll tell you exactly how we got here. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. And throughout history, we all have been, the so-called Negroes have been enslaved. We all been enslaved. The first of our enslavement was the Egyptians, King Tut and them, Pharaoh and them dudes, with the
Oh, you sure you want to go there? Because I can go real deep with
Hold
that one.
on. Okay, yeah, you can go there, Yeah, Egyptians now. Same as about Babylonians, They the ones that came out before these heathens. They made us worship other gods. Egyptians made us feel like we wasn't shit. And then we had to go to the Persians. You know what I'm saying? They made us lawless. So as the Greeks, they Hellenized us. They infused us with different beliefs and cultures and things that we that we do today. So as the Romans. So America got all these captives in one, making sure we was totally destroyed. We don't know nothing. We don't know who our father is, the most high. So that's what the truth is. That's what happened to the black man, the so-called Negro. But we have a lot of different, nations out here, different nations that may look like us, but them niggas not us. Dig
Yeah.
that, yeah.
What, you talking
So,
about in Africa?
yeah, well, that's what you want to call them, Africans. Yeah, so be it. Yeah. But I'm not talking about the Africans. It's talking about a bunch of other, they dark or whatnot, but they know who we are, just like, the cast before us. The brother came out, he told what he said. Then everything got, the heat got put on him. Then everything, next thing you know, he come out talking about, no, I'm sorry, I had to educate myself because I didn't know. I had to really find out. What did you have to find out, Nick Cannon? Yeah, well, we fail because we don't we rather run after something that that looks good, but it ain't good.
Well, let me give my answer to this. Number one, I think it's systematic, Black. We are designed to be in the condition that we are in. It's governmental, systematic oppression of people of our hue. Okay. And how this was done is free labor with no compensation, slavery. And not only that, but they also uh, separated the families from each other. They've, abused us in many ways. Men, women, and children didn't matter. And our original culture and everything was forgotten, stolen, taken, and we had to take on names of our oppressors. We wasn't even allowed to talk in our native language because they thought we was plotting against them.
What was our
So
native language?
uh, it depends on where you came from. But here in America, a lot of them were Nigerian, Igbo, Yoruba, Fulani. You know, those were some of the groups that came over here.
They have documents to tell you our names. Our names. We all had the father name in our name.
Yeah. But we are designated as the permanent bottom class. I mean, we're not going to move like that, but the system is put together so that happens. That's why you see no politicians doing anything for you. That's why you see no rights, bills, or anything passed for you. That's why you see no reparations, no compensation for you. That's why you see no good education for you. That's why you see redlining in neighborhoods. You know, and even if you do live in a good neighborhood, they'll mark down the value of your house just because they don't want you to have a certain type of financial wealth. So it's all about it's a system in place designed to keep you permanent lower class, and with lower class comes a lot of crime, a lot of abuse, a lot of jail, a lot of just a lot of things, a lot of generational things that tend to trickle down. Especially if you don't have the knowledge of your past or your people or your older traditions. Like when I went to Africa.
We got it if you pay attention.
Well, I went to Africa, man, and I seen the old traditions that we lost. I seen them firsthand when I went there. How the people moved, how they acted, how they respected the men. I mean, the women adored the men there, and the children, and everybody worked hard, worked together. There was zero complaining when I was in Africa. I was actually surprised. Out of all the black people in Africa, I was the only one complaining, and I couldn't understand. Well, okay, we went to a movie theater one time, okay, and it was a girl behind the concession stand, and she was like, "Can I take your order?" or whatever, and we was like, yeah. And then next to us, a white guy rolled up. He was like, "Yeah, I would like this." And she said, "Oh, yes, sir. How can I help you?" I'm like, what is this? Didn't she ask us to take our order? Why is she skipping over us to go help this dude?
We go. They all serve.
Now I'm the only one complaining. Like I'm like, if I'm in America, this don't happen in America. But I'm like, what is going on? But my whole point of that is saying nobody complains there. Nobody complains about anything. Everybody just do. They actually consider it a weakness to complain. Now that could work for you, and that could work against you.
You saying that's a general ideology over there? If you complain, it's a weakness?
Yeah, man. They like okay, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. A lot of them even view African Americans as kind of being, complainers. Oh, y'all got the best economy, y'all got the best education, and y'all don't know how to get rich over there. Like y'all don't even know how good y'all got it. Y'all a bunch of whiners and complainers.
It's about money at the end of the day, huh? Dig that.
Well, for a lot of them, but you got to remember, man, they have a different level of poverty than we have over here.
And let me serve this.
No, they forced to hustle. They forced to have a
they forced to hustle. Yeah.
They work for themselves for the most part. But I do understand when they see massa show up, they tend to jump into, conformity, and, they want that dollar. So But go
Yeah,
ahead.
and like I said though, that's why I was complaining. But she did that with a couple other people too, and I was like, why am I the only one complaining? And what I learned too is that over there, in some countries at least, they don't have freedom of speech. Okay, so you can't just say what you want to say over there. So a lot of the Africans have a mindset of I can't I I just keep it to myself. I can't say how I really feel about this situation
Yeah.
or the government or anything. So they have a mindset of
Why
hustle,
is that
shut
though?
up and hustle. That's their
Like this,
mindset.
like
Shut
this
up and
Why is
nigga,
hustle.
that?
this Negro don't know who he
Because
is.
they don't have no Bill of Rights, or they don't have no constitution or nothing like that. They don't have no freedom of speech. You know what I mean?
You think it'll be different if they had a Bill of Rights or a Constitution?
Yeah, I think they would be speaking their mind. But you can't pull that stuff in a lot of countries in Africa because that would get you caught up real quick. You can't say, "Oh, I don't like the president," this, that, and that. You say, "Okay, you're going to jail if at the least you're going to jail." So they don't have the privileges. So that's why when they look at us, they be like, "Oh, y'all complainers, y'all this, that, and the third." But what they don't understand is we have a freedom of speech to express ourselves that they ain't got. You see what
She
I'm
know
saying?
what you don't know. At the end of the day, she knows she's considered as a dog.
What?
She's supposed to be on feet. What? All my rankings is based off the truth. She's considered as a dog. She's supposed to be kissing your feet, but now she's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna show you, because here come white man. Like he got the power over you. Hey, white man, ooh, dig that. Look like you lesser because you don't know nothing. But I would have like, dog, stop it. Relax yourself. Come here.
Yeah, but another way to look at it is that if she looks at me as an African, I don't know if she knew I was African American or not. Most of them knew I was African American. I don't look like no African over there.
Spiritual.
Hold on, but let me say this, Skeet. Hold on, let me say this. But what I'm saying is, she might look at me as an African, and being an African, she probably know I'm not going to complain. But she know that white dude is from America or UK or whatever, and he's probably going to complain and probably get her in trouble. So her mentality is, I got to serve him because I know the type of people he is, and he's part of that complaining part, complainers, and he could probably do something to get me fired or whatever the case may be.
That's why Negroes like me don't dwell in Africa right now. That ain't, yeah.
I mean, look, man, when I was there, I actually loved it. It was refreshing. It was refreshing.
Real happy.
But what I really liked is the family dynamics, man. The family like I'm a look, man. The family dynamics against with black folks here. Oh, it needs work, man. We lost a lot of our traditions. We lost a lot of our respect. We lost a lot of our cultures. Okay, when I went there, I seen some beautiful stuff. I seen beautiful cultures. I seen them, doing their dances. I seen them cooking their foods. I seen them paying respects to the mother and the father. I seen them behaving way better.
They honored their mother and father.
Honored thy mother and father. And it wasn't none of these shenanigans that you get here in this country. So for that reason, I was like, man, I like this. I mean, if I start another family, I would want it to be in that dynamic, because this one is taking a dive, man. And I don't really, and it's not even, and I'm gonna be honest, it ain't even really just black people. It ain't really just our community. It's everybody in this country. Everybody has a sense of entitlement in this country. I don't care what race or whatever you are. Everybody has.
So you're saying the whole country going down?
Oh man, going down. It's been going down, and you can tell that because the population is not growing as much. There are a lot of populations that are just not growing, and And the reason for that is because people are so have these entitlements and so focused on themselves that they don't want to start no family. They don't want to get married. They don't want to have kids. They don't want to do this, that, and the third, because it's just too much. It's not worth it. I mean, this country made marriage and kids a liability to the fullest, man.
Have you seen the statistic that for the first time in U.S. history, Caucasians are not producing as much as they die?
I've seen that.
So they're actually going backwards.
Yeah, I've seen that, and they were the only group. African Americans, we raised up a little bit. Hispanics, they raised up a lot. I think there was like 8%. We was at like 3 or 4%, and Caucasians were at around like minus 5% or something like that. So
they have to. Well, I ain't gonna say.
Well, the thing is, but getting back to why we are in the situation we're in is because, like I said, we lost those traditions. Like if we would have getting back to our old roots and our old traditions and our old respect for one another and a village, mentality, we would be better off. Here's a fun thing, man. I like to think about. I actually really feel like if you take Africans and you put them in America, they would just outperform us to death, man.
Stop it.
No.
At what?
They at practically hold on. At practically everything, Africans would outperform African Americans in everything. Probably not the entertainment industries or things like that, but everything business and scholastic and career and family, they would
hold on.
Now hold on. Let me finish the point. Also, hold on, Ski. Let me finish the point. The second point I'm gonna say is, if you take African Americans and you put them in Africa, we would outperform them like crazy. We would, because we would know like all the gold mines, all the diamonds and all that stuff, that wouldn't be going down with African Americans. If we actually switched roles, we would be all of us would be better off where we are.
We didn't stay on our side.
It just is what it, because we got the mentality of, well, first of all, we know our enemy, or the people who are trying to oppress us. We know the ins and outs. We know the game. We will know how to flip it. If we got the raw materials, we could flip that better than they can. If they were here, they could turn opportunities into a great lifestyle better than us here. I think both people are complacent where they at. You know what I mean? If you grow up in the situation, you become complacent where you are. But if you switch roles, man, we will both be killing it in both areas.
All right, I disagree.
Okay.
I think they over here right now.
And they're killing it. They're
not the best boxers. They're not the best lawyers.
I said except entertainment.
Doctors over here. They're not the best.
Yes, they're
not the best. No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Not. Statistically,
Black.
I don't want to cross kung fu.
Listen,
more than
there are a lot more Nigerian doctors and everything, and Ugandan and
I ain't talking about Nigerian. I'm talking about, where did you come from? Where did you visit? What part of Africa did you visit?
It don't matter, man.
No, that's what we talking about. Listen, hear me close. The experience that you got was from what side of Africa?
East.
All right, Nigerians are west. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about, you're basing your experience from a whole different coast. So go to that coast and tell me how many of those people are over here representing in number, outperforming us, like you saying.
Black. Let me throw a statistic at you. There is really no foreigner that performs better than Nigerians in earning
Answer
money.
my question.
No.
I said East Coast.
That wasn't a question. That you made a statement.
Are talking about they would outdo us.
Yeah, they would outdo us.
Nigerians are not from the East Coast.
It don't. Nigerians, it really is proving my point. Nigerians, like I said, Nigerians will outperform Africa. There is no. Hold on. Black. Listen. Let me finish. Nigerians are the most. There's no foreigner that is performing better in America than Nigerians. Now, that is only really because Nigerians are coming here probably the most. But let me tell you something. That could have been practically for a lot of I know a Ugandan here in town right now, and he's a doctor. I know a Ugandan right now. He's here and he's a doctor. Okay, he let me drive his Porsche. Okay.
How many Ugandans you know outperforming most of us?
It depends on how many here.
How many?
Okay. It depends on. I don't know how many is here.
Okay,
What kind of y'all missing the point, man. Y'all missing the point. The point is this. The point is this. African mentality. I don't care if they're east, west, south, north. African mentality
makes a difference.
No, it doesn't. Not when it comes to hustle. No, it does not.
Makes a difference.
No, it does not. No, it does not. No, it does not.
Africa is conformed of multiple countries with different mentalities. You can't put them all in one box.
I'm putting them in one box. Okay.
You can't do that.
I can do that. And that's what I'm doing. Listen, Black.
Different culture.
Listen. I know that. I know what that is, man. You don't have to keep repeating it. I know what it is. It's a different mentality. But at the same time, they all have a hustle that is stronger than the average African American.
Well,
period.
Hispanics got a hustle too.
Yeah.
You put them in the same group?
Look, man. Yeah, I put them in the same group.
So Hindus got a hustle.
Black.
You put them in the same group?
Hispanics make more than African Americans. You know that?
I wouldn't be mad at that. I ain't arguing that. My point is the experience that you got and the experience you're talking from is from a whole different side of Africa. And then you came back and said, if you put them over here, they'll outdo us. I strongly disagree.
You can disagree. But you haven't been there. You haven't been to Africa. You don't know.
I've been here.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm seeing what's here.
It doesn't matter.
They over here. And one thing that you're not mentioning is the same point that I made on another podcast we did. Just the same, for example, the people from Afghanistan, right? They haven't even got their feet wet in America yet. The coffee ain't even done brewing yet for these people coming off these planes or whatever from Afghanistan. These people already got a bill passed. These people already got $6 billion allocated to them to set their whole freaking life up. Whatever they want to do, there's grants, there's the ability to get employment, housing, you name it. Catered only to them. Now we've been over here for 400+ years. Now, where is that for us? I think you're off balance.
I told you.
Talking about
listen. Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question first.
Real quick. Let me finish this real quick. When you're talking about outperforming us, who's already here, people who are foreigners coming from over there, you're not bringing this to light. The fact that there's policies in place to promote heathens or
Don't do that, man.
non-American.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't call
It's
them
the
that.
truth.
It's not their fault, man. It's not their fault.
I
Listen,
don't care if whose fault it is.
listen, Black. Listen.
The point.
I'm gonna tell you
Let me
why.
prove
And I
my
told
point.
you, hold on, you talk, let me talk now. I say this. I said it in the beginning of the podcast, man. We are designated as the permanent lower class. I told you in the beginning, don't expect no bills. Don't expect no reparations. Don't expect none of that. Those people, yeah. Is it unfair to us? Absolutely.
His question was, what is that though?
But we are designated as the permanent lower class. That's why it's happening that way.
Why?
Because they need capitalism works like this. There needs a bottom tier of people to be the grunt, to be the workers, to be the pseudo slaves.
So who are those bottom tier people?
Look in the mirror.
Who, the Africans?
Oh my goodness. Are you African? No. Well, you're African. Yeah, you actually are African. But my point is this.
Tier people then?
Us, man, the African Americans.
The African Americans.
Is this news? Is this the bizarro world? Like,
hey, where's
for real?
in the Bible?
Huh?
Jesse Jackson said it's the African Americans.
What was we before African Americans? Just out of curiosity, what was we called?
It starts with an N, but I ain't gonna say it because of the YouTube algorithm.
That's who we were.
So,
but it ends with an O. Okay. It wasn't a GGA. It was a GRO.
So I mean, like I was saying before, you know, and they people like your boy Nick Cannon. Well, I don't know why he changed up, but their people had said it in one of their books before. The so-called Ish people, and they said he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Liberians, and Canaanites. Dig that.
Irregardless of what Nick said, man.
I ain't talking about
that's
Nick.
not.
I'm talking about Zardovan.
Those are facts.
Whatever that dude name is, whoever wrote that book.
Yeah, those are facts.
Say it again, Ski. What did he say?
That's a scholar who said that.
Say it again. Say it again. What did he say?
He became the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. Who are the Negroes then? Dig that.
What is your overall point, man?
We were just talking about it.
I know, but just explain it. What is your overall? I mean, you giving me a quote that somebody said. What is your
African Americans? You just said we were the African Americans on the lowest pole. So it's the African Americans, the so-called Negroes, the African Americans, huh? That's on the lowest pole.
Why
is
this news to y'all? Why is this news to y'all?
Listen,
y'all didn't notice?
Listen, what you're not understanding the whole scheme of things. I'm asking
I'm not understanding.
Why are we at the why? How do
because we are designated to be at the bottom. Systematic governments. The system is designed for us to stay down there. Yeah, you're right. They did give $6 billion to the Afghans or whatever the case may be. Did they give us reparations yet? No. You know why? Because we are the designated lower class. We are here strictly to work for them. That's how they want it. That's how they're trying to keep it. They're not going to keep it that way. But don't be surprised when you don't get reparations or bills for you because you're not supposed to have money.
They'll give you a box of Twinkies when you get vaxxed up, though.
Yeah, they give you a 20 sack of weed. So listen, this is what I believe. I believe we as a people were promised to have all of humanity at subjection to us originally. and we ruled for a long time under the Most High. He set us up to rule. That's what I believe. But I believe we got so complacent and so indifferent that we just felt entitled ourselves. So, you know what we did? We went against the very muscle and power that put us in position of rulership, to where we said we're going to disregard you and all your rules and all your laws, because we just naturally rulers. We going to run things no matter what. And we got proud. And we start doing it our own way. And when we adopted do what you want in our mind, boom. All of a sudden he told us and he prophesied that if you do that, I'm going to put you at the very bottom to embarrass you the same way you embarrassed me. I led y'all through the Red Sea with Moses. I healed y'all. I delivered y'all from multiple captivities, about 6 or 7 different captivities. And I made a covenant and agreement with y'all. Only y'all.
We got 2 minutes.
Only,
y'all.
I know that.
We got
only y'all. And y'all agreed to the covenant.
All right, now listen.
As long as y'all was living
let me
to
say
it.
this, Black. Let me say
Hold
this,
on,
Black.
I gotta bring it
but
home.
you take it too much time. We only got 2
Bruh,
minutes.
I'll
Listen,
let you speak.
we only got 2
minutes.
minutes, man. But here's the thing. What I'm saying is it ain't got nothing to do with religion. Okay. Ski.
I ain't talking religion.
Hold on, Ski. I'm gonna let you say your last, please, Ski, because we running out of time. Go ahead. He ain't even there.
So I'm gonna finish what I was saying, man. Listen, bottom line is this, like I was saying, it ain't got nothing to do with religion. Chinese people aren't a religion. They are who they are. We lost who we were during slavery. We're the only ones in history who did that. So we are who we are, the same way they are who they are. Understand that. We Negroes, we African Americans, we Black, we African. We too many different doggone people that they call us. We are Israelites by blood. Understand that. That's not a religion. So that's one thing. And lastly, by breaking his laws and commandments is what put us in this position. And by keeping the laws and commandments is what gets us delivered and saved in the end when it all goes to pot.
All right. Well, all right. Well, that being said, we out of time here, y'all. We're gonna we can continue this with a part 2 if y'all want. I think we're gonna do that anyway. But thanks for joining us. BMR, we out. Peace.